So, Donald Trump is now facing what looks like, well, a full-blown MAGA revolt. And frankly, it's about damn time. His administration, they they committed the cardinal sin of the grifter, right? They actually started believing their own base was as stupid as they treat them, and now, well, now it's blowing up in their faces. They found themselves in a real hell of a mess after promising accountability and then, suddenly just clamming up about the whole thing. So, what'd they do? They reached deep into their dusty old bag of tricks and and pulled out the most tired, transparent distraction you could possibly imagine. Attorney General Pam Bondi and Education Secretary Linda McMahon, two people who, I mean, they radiate all the warmth of a tax audit, right? They were shoved in front of a camera to like fire up a culture war. This is the urgent, definitely not a diversion announcement they cooked up. I'm gonna play you the clip of what they're pretending to care about this week.
Over the past several weeks, the Department of Education has notified the Department of Education in California, as well as the California Interscholastic Federation, that they were in violation of Title IX. They were allowing men to compete in women's sports. Now, this is after years of their being in violation of Title IX. We informed them that if they did not change, that we were going to refer these cases to the Department of Justice, and we have done exactly that.
Thank you, Secretary McMahon, for all of your hard work. And today, the Department of Justice has filed a lawsuit against California Department of Education and the governing body for women's sports in California. We've made it very clear, only women in women's sports under Title IX.
So that's the play, right? Suing the Communist Republic of California to protect women's sports. It's such a pathetic and, totally see-through attempt to dangle some shiny keys in front of people they assume have the attention span of like a gnat. But here is where this whole pathetic strategy completely fell apart. And honestly, it's a thing of beauty. These strongman types assumed their base would just, dutifully start screeching about California, but they didn't count on one thing. Their followers were actually paying attention for once. The immediate replies, it wasn't cheers. It was a tidal wave of pure fury from the very people they thought they owned. Let me just read you a sample of the venom they got from their own supposed fans. Steph at StephJD420 says, nice distraction tactic, but we are still waiting for you to do your job and what was promised, release the Epstein list. Jelani Barr at Jelani Barr says, you're a liar and have been compromised by the intelligence community. What do they have on you? Panopticon. And at Harry Panopticon says, don't be a hypocrite, Pam. You did not do the same in regards to Epstein clients. You are cherry picking as AG simply because California is blue. I would be the first to cheer this on, but not this way. Not how you failed so many others. Gyrola at Rolla 275 says, the irony you posting failing to protect girls while you protect Epstein clients who rape children. Bubbles and Brock at Bubbles. Brock says, oh, the irony. How about stepping up for the kids on Epstein Island and releasing the names of their abusers? David Wolf at David Wolf says, stop trying to change the subject. The Epstein flip-flop has shattered your support as well as Trump support, and you cannot fix it unless you release the Epstein client list. Stop lying and release the entire Epstein evidence to the American people. Dr. Simon Goddick at Goddick Kettle said, how about you release the Epstein client list that was on your desk, or are they blackmailing you too? Show some courage for once in your life. Do the right thing or resign. Damn. For years I've watched these people follow every insane command, and now they're calling out the gaslighters themselves. And it wasn't just anonymous accounts getting angry. The more prominent MAGA world commentators, they immediately saw this for the clown show it was. This is what some of their own influencers are saying. I'm going to play you the clip.
do an investigation. Now, we can't tell you about the investigation because it's under investigation, so we can't actually talk about the investigation of the people that are being investigated, but they're under investigation.
The timing of it,
come on,
just seems...
Come on.
It seems like I'll take how do we get the attention off of Epstein for 500, please, Alex.
I hope this story breaking today isn't just a cover story or diversion from the giant fiasco with the FBI and DOJ doing a 180 on. We don't rise and fall with Trump. We need him. It's a historic thing that's happening. But that said, I'm not breaking my integrity or my morals or what I stand for nobody.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? We have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep?
So we're stupid. Yeah. we're the fucking idiots, guys. That is, I think, what is enraging people right now is it's insulting our intelligence. Like, obviously the intelligence community.
It's insulting our intelligence. That right there, that's the whole story. These political puppets, they think their audience is a bunch of drooling imbeciles who will just, swallow whatever slop is thrown into the trough. The absolute height of this hypocrisy, the real smoking gun, it comes from the sellout in chief for this whole operation, Bondi herself. You have to remember what this same person was promising her supporters just a few months ago. I remember watching this live thinking there was just no way they'd actually follow through. And well, I was right. In case you forgot, let's play this little gem from, when was it? Back in February, I think, when she was asked directly about the Epstein client list.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that. I'm reviewing JFK files, MLK files. That's all in the process of being reviewed because that.
It's sitting on my desk right now at the directive of President Trump. I mean, it doesn't get much clearer or more specific than that, does it? So whatever happened to that directive and that file sitting on her desk? Well, Bondi has an explanation for all of us, and you should probably sit down for this masterclass in bootlicking cowardice. This is her news story, and you can't make this stuff up.
In February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that. Also, to the tens of thousands of video, they turned out to be child porn downloaded by that disgusting Jeffrey Epstein. Child porn is what they were. Never going to be released, never going to see the light of day. To him being an agent, I have no knowledge about that. We can get back to you on that. And the minute missing from the video, we released the video showing definitively, the video was not conclusive, but the evidence prior to it was showing he committed suicide. And what was on that, there was a minute that was off the counter. And what we learned from Bureau of Prisons was every night, they redo that video. It's old, from like 1999. So every night the video is reset, and every night should have the same minute missing. So we're looking for that video to release that as well, showing that a minute is missing every night. And that's it on Epstein.
What in the ever-loving hell was that? I mean, seriously, this person is actually trying to claim that when she was asked about the client list and said it's on my desk, she meant a totally different file, and also something the surveillance camera from, 1999 has a little hiccup. This is the level of contempt they have for their own people. This is pure, unadulterated disdain. They genuinely believed their base was so gullible, so completely lost in the cult, that they would swallow that steaming pile of contradictory nonsense without even gagging. The thing is, this rot is so much bigger than just one buffoon like Bondi. You have a whole clown car of these people, from Dan Bongino to Kash Patel, who built their entire careers screaming about the Epstein cover-up. Now that they actually have the power to do something, they suddenly have nothing to say. Which, it leaves them with a very simple question. Were you liars and hypocrites for years, or are you liars and cowards now? But there's a second, even more disgusting possibility that one of the commentators brought up, that maybe you're not just covering it up. Maybe you, cynical sociopaths, exploited the suffering of thousands of children just to get your man elected. To me, that's the real choice they're offering their base. Are your leaders corrupt cowards, or are they morally bankrupt ghouls? Either way, this administration is putting on full display that they are completely full of it, and their audience is finally smelling it. This entire episode is a perfect little story about the modern Republican Party, a complete catastrophe of their own making. What it really shows is they have nothing but contempt for the people who vote for them, and honestly, it's about damn time those voters realized it. All right, that's all I've got for today. It's a proper meltdown, and they're the ones who lit the match and then blame the smoke for being too obvious. If you appreciate someone, calling out this absolute BS for what it is, maybe do all the usual YouTube things, give the video a like, and for the love of God, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next time these clowns inevitably trip over their own feet. Thanks so much for watching. I will catch you in the next breaking news. Bye.